It was a Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, November 24th, 1971. The air was filled with the anticipation of the holiday season as families across the country prepared for their celebrations. Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305 sat on the tarmac at Portland International Airport. The aircraft, a Boeing 727, was ready for its journey. The Boeing 727 was bound for Seattle, a short hop on a busy travel day. The airport buzzed with activity as travelers hurried to catch their flights. Passengers boarded, eager to reach their destinations. The atmosphere was a mix of excitement and impatience as people shuffled through the boarding gate. Families going home for the holidays, children clutching their parents' hands, and grandparents looking forward to reunions. Businessmen on their way to meetings, briefcases in hand, their minds already on the tasks ahead. The flight crew prepared for another routine journey. Pilots checked their instruments and flight attendants ensured everything was in order. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. The airport was calm, and passengers settled into their seats ready for the short flight. Among the passengers was a man who would soon become infamous. He blended in with the crowd, unnoticed by those around him. He sat in seat 18C, a middle seat in the rear section of the plane. His demeanor was calm, giving no hint of what was to come. He wore a dark suit, a white shirt, and a black tie. He seemed ordinary, unremarkable, just another traveler on a busy day. This man, known to history as D.B. Cooper, held a secret that would change aviation forever. His actions would become the stuff of legend. The flight took off, climbing into the cloudy November sky. The passengers settled in, unaware of the drama that would soon unfold. Little did anyone know that this routine flight was about to take a dramatic turn. The events that followed would be etched into the annals of aviation history. He called himself Dan Cooper. Later, a reporter's error would forever link him to the initials D.B. Cooper was a man of mystery. His true identity remains unknown to this day. Witnesses described him as being in his mid-40s, about 6 feet tall. He had dark hair, neatly combed, and a calm, almost polite demeanor.
Bourbon and soda, please.
He ordered a bourbon and soda from the stewardess, Florence Schaffner. He paid for it with a $20 bill, a detail that would later strike investigators as odd. Cooper seemed calm, almost too calm, as he sipped his drink. Beneath the surface, a plan was unfolding. This seemingly average man was about to commit a crime that would captivate the nation. Shortly after takeoff, Cooper summoned Schaffner to his seat. He passed her a note. Inside, a chilling message. He had a bomb. Cooper's demeanor remained calm, even as he revealed his terrifying intentions.
He says he has a bomb.
He instructed Schaffner to inform the cockpit of his demands. The note also included a drawing of what appeared to be a bomb. The atmosphere on the plane shifted instantly. Routine turned to terror. Schaffner, shaken but composed, alerted the pilots. Captain William Scott and First Officer William Ratakzak, experienced aviators, were faced with an unprecedented situation. They contacted air traffic control, reporting the hijacking. The FBI was notified. Operation Skyjack was underway. Flight 305 was no longer an ordinary flight. It was now a crime scene hurtling through the sky. Cooper's demands were specific. $200,000 in unmarked bills, 4 parachutes, and a fuel truck standing by in Seattle. These demands were not just random. They were meticulously thought out. He wanted the money in denominations of $20 bills, ensuring that the bills would be harder to trace and easier to handle. He insisted on civilian parachutes, not military issue, likely because civilian parachutes are easier to operate and less conspicuous. His instructions were detailed, revealing a plan that had clearly been considered. Every aspect seemed to be covered, leaving little room for error.
$200,000 in $20 bills, 4 parachutes. Each item had a purpose, each demand a reason. A fuel truck ready in Seattle, ensuring the plane could refuel quickly and continue its journey without delay.
He spoke little, but his words carried weight. His calm demeanor added to the tension, making everyone around him uneasy. His demeanor, a strange mix of politeness and menace, kept the crew and passengers on edge. They were unsure of what he might do next. The authorities had no choice but to comply. The safety of everyone on board was their top priority. The safety of the passengers and crew was paramount. Every decision made was with their well-being in mind. The FBI assembled the ransom money and parachutes, working quickly to meet the hijackers' demands. A fuel truck was dispatched to Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, ready for Cooper's arrival. The airport was prepared for any eventuality. Every effort was made to meet his demands. The authorities were on high alert, ready to respond to any changes. The stakes were high, the tension palpable. Everyone involved knew the gravity of the situation. The nation watched, captivated by the unfolding drama. It was a moment that would be remembered for years to come. Section 5, Seattle Interlude. The city of Seattle, known for its iconic skyline and bustling port, was about to become the backdrop for an extraordinary event. Flight 305 landed in Seattle as the sun began to set, casting a golden hue over the city. The airport was a hive of activity, with ground crew bustling and passengers moving through the terminal. FBI agents, police officers and media swarmed the tarmac, their presence adding to the tension in the air.
Cooper, in control, directed the crew to lower the rear stairs, his calm demeanor belying the gravity of the situation. He exchanged the passengers for the ransom money and parachutes, a transaction that seemed almost surreal. One by one, the passengers disembarked, relieved to be back on solid ground, their faces reflecting a mix of exhaustion and relief. Their ordeal was over, but the hijacking was far from finished. The night was just beginning.
With the passengers safe, Cooper allowed the crew to refuel the plane, preparing for the next leg of his audacious plan. He outlined his next move, a flight to Mexico City, a destination that seemed as mysterious as his motives. He provided specific instructions on altitude, speed, and flight path, ensuring every detail was meticulously planned. The authorities, walking a tightrope between compliance and apprehension, agreed to his terms, knowing the stakes were incredibly high. As darkness descended, Flight 305 took off once again, its journey shrouded in uncertainty. This time only Cooper and the crew remained on board, the atmosphere thick with tension and anticipation. The final act of this high-stakes drama was about to unfold, with the night sky as the silent witness to what would come next. Section 6, Into the Night Sky. The Boeing 727 climbed into the night sky, disappearing into the darkness. Cooper, now alone with the crew, maintained his calm demeanor.
Fly at a low altitude, below radar detection. Keep the cabin unpressurized and the rear stairs lowered.
The flight crew, following his every instruction, could only speculate about his next move. Outside, the night was dark and stormy. Rain lashed against the windows. The wind howled, adding to the sense of isolation and danger. Below, the rugged terrain of the Pacific Northwest stretched out, a tapestry of forests and mountains. Somewhere over this unforgiving landscape, Cooper was preparing to make his daring escape. The tension inside the plane was almost unbearable. Section 7, A Daring Escape. Somewhere between Seattle and Reno, Cooper made his move. He directed the crew to remain in the cockpit.
Stay in the cockpit and don't come out.
Then, with the plane flying at 10,000 feet, he lowered the aft stairs. He attached one of the parachutes, secured the ransom money to his person, and stepped out into the night. The roar of the engines and the howling wind swallowed him up. The crew, hearing the change in pressure, knew what had happened. Cooper was gone. They contacted air traffic control, reporting his jump. The plane, now a ghost ship, continued on autopilot for a short time before the crew regained full control. They landed safely in Reno, Nevada. But D.B. Cooper, the enigmatic hijacker, had vanished into thin air. Section 8, The Vanishing Act. A massive manhunt ensued. The FBI, aided by local law enforcement, scoured the vast wilderness where Cooper was believed to have landed. They searched on foot, by horseback, and by helicopter. They faced treacherous terrain, dense forests, and unforgiving weather. Despite their efforts, no trace of Cooper was found.
We combed every inch of that area. The terrain was rough and the weather didn't help, but we found nothing.
Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. The search continued, but hope dwindled. The mystery deepened. Who was D.B. Cooper? Where did he go? Did he survive his daring escape? These questions captivated the nation, fueling endless speculation and conspiracy theories. D.B. Cooper had become a legend, his story a tale whispered in bars and recounted around campfires. Section 9, The Unsolved Mystery. The case of D.B. Cooper remains one of the most baffling unsolved mysteries in American history. Despite countless leads, extensive investigations, and the passage of time, his true identity and fate remain unknown. Some believe he perished in the wilderness, his body lost in the vast expanse. Others speculate that he survived, living out his days under an assumed identity.
Over the years, there have been numerous theories and alleged sightings, but none have been confirmed. The FBI officially suspended the active investigation in 2017, but the case remains open. D.B. Cooper continues to fascinate and intrigue, a testament to the enduring power of unsolved mysteries.
Section 10. Legacy of a hijacking. The D.B. Cooper case had a profound impact on aviation security. It exposed vulnerabilities in airport procedures and led to significant changes in the way passengers are screened and flights are secured. The hijacking ushered in the era of metal detectors, baggage checks, and increased security measures at airports worldwide. Cooper's daring escape exposed the need for improved communication and coordination between airlines, law enforcement, and government agencies. His actions forced the aviation industry to confront the reality of hijacking and to implement measures to prevent future incidents. While the mystery of D.B. Cooper may never be fully solved, his legacy lives on in the heightened security measures that protect air travelers today.